Alright, it's pretty cold out here in the shop. Just got the fire started. So if you hear some popping noises in the background, that's what it is. So today, our project is to see if we can figure out what is going on with this saw. Lately, when I've tried to cut with it, it cuts super crooked. So I'm gonna throw a piece of metal in there and we're gonna cut it and I'll show you guys what it's doing. And then we'll see if we can diagnose it and fix it. Wow, that is really bad. It's so bad. Every time I use it, I am shocked at how bad it cuts. You can see that it does this. It starts in straight and then all of a sudden it goes whoop and heads out that way. See that big tooth on the end of there? Look what happens here. So the blade starts out here, starts cutting through. And then, yeah, on the bottom, it's way, way, way far away. It's just taking a hard turn. So let's see what we can do about this. All right, so the saw here has this guide, right? Bring this guide in and out. I think when I first got this saw, the guide was tucked all the way back here. So let's see if we move the guide back there. See if that changes anything. We can't even finish the cut. Okay, because it took such a hard turn. So now I'm starting to think, see that? Look at that. So now I'm starting to think that maybe it's just a blade tightness issue. Try it again. Tighter blade. Nah, still having the same issue. Alright, so we tried a couple of things at this point and no success. There's something going on in here with this adjuster. I can feel one of the bolts is stripped out, something weird is going on there. And I've also heard that if you just got a crappy blade, that'll cause cutting issues too. So, let's try to solve a couple problems. Let's take this off, let's change our blade out, let's take a look at what's going on in there, and we'll figure something out here. Take this whole assembly out of here. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, so that's threaded out of there. Leave that in there like that. We got a spring. Let's see if we can pull these two bolts out. Oh, okay, so there goes that. So that rides on the one bolt. One of the bolts. And then the other one is into this adjuster. That one is stripped out, or the bolt is stripped out or something. So I'm discovering stuff on this saw. I don't know a lot about this saw, so I'm just bringing you along on my journey on what the heck is going on here. So there's a little Allen set screw right here, and it appears that that would push on this little detent here. And that's going to change the pulley of the angle of the pulley. So that could be a big part of our problem right now. So we got this guy slides up and down on there. This guy is here, here, and here. Okay, pull that out. And then this screw goes in here, and that pulls that assembly up and down. Okay, so we got that. Now this guy goes back in here, like so. Bearing on that feels great. We need an Allen wrench that fits in that. So that's gonna adjust the angle that that pulley moves at. And that probably is going to make all the difference, hopefully. All right, well now that we found that adjustment there, maybe we should put the old belt back on, or old blade back on. Nah, let's go ahead and let's throw our new blade on here. I still don't think there's anything wrong with that blade, but let's replace it anyways. Right. What happens when we turn it on? It's just gonna fall off? Oh yeah, it's plugged in. Okay. Let's try it. Yep, that's definitely trying to come off of the thing there. So let's turn that little adjustment in. There we go. Alright, so we got a new blade. Let's see if we can adjust this so that it wants to ride correctly on there. Of course. So we can push this out. There we go. That's gonna be better for it. Let's see what that does. That helps us out any. New blade, made some adjustments. Bring that in. Alright, see what happens here. That is a million times better, but it's still not perfect. I'm gonna see if I can make a couple more little adjustments here. One of them being to the angle of this guide here, because this guy, it's still, well, let's get a square. See what happens. Friggin' good. Still cutting in a little bit. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to take this one here. This has a little bit of adjustment in this direction and that direction. So I'm just going to pull this slightly this way, tighten it up, and then we'll see what happens. Let's see if this one can do the same. All right, have a look at this. Ooh, that's pretty warm. All right, to the naked eye, it's terrible. We gone the opposite way. We went too much, I believe. Yeah, we did. So now it's cutting a little bit towards the wrong way there. How's it doing this way? Okay, it looks like we're finally getting a straight cut out of this thing. But the problem is now that this Portland saw blade from Harbor Freight, the thing is already dull. It sucks completely. It's terrible. So I'm gonna throw the other blade back on. The other blade is a Bosch blade that I bought from Amazon. It seems to cut pretty decent other than cutting crooked. So let's see, now that we have the adjustments hopefully dialed in on this thing, let's see if we put that Bosch blade back on there. Let's see if that thing cuts straight. But this is the other thing I was gonna show you guys. This little 12mm wrench I need to adjust things on the machine, like the clamp. So I took this piece of chain that I had laying around, I made a little loop in it. These things are really easy to pry apart and, you know, put together. So made a little loop in it, and I'm gonna slide it on this guy here. Put that back together, that way I don't lose that thing. So that way we don't lose our wrench that we need to adjust things. Oh yeah, teeth are all gone already. What a piece of junk. Alright, let's try this one. Looks good. Doing the same thing again. That's doing the exact same thing again. Alright, well luckily we got one more blade. I'm totally confused on this, you know. It doesn't make any sense to me that this wants to cut crooked and the other blade doesn't, so. Alright, look at that. We finally got a nice cut on this thing. Jeez, what a pain, man. Alright, so show you what I got here. This is the Portland saw bandsaw blade. I would not buy that. The Chicago Electric blade, so far, one cut straight. We'll see how long that lasts. But for some reason, my Bosch blade, as soon as it gets into the pipe, it makes a hard turn that way, and nothing I do can adjust that out of there. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's up with that. So we're gonna run this blade. Hopefully that does it for us. I gotta put my cover back on. All right, so what we did do, we adjusted the heads of these for sure. I mean, that's kind of what controls the way the blade goes, sort of. But obviously we were having a problem with that Bosch blade. I don't know why. And then the tracking on this, which that Allen key, it seems like all it does is it just adjusts the angle of this pulley, make sure that the blade stays on that. So that's important. And then we went ahead and attached our wrench to our machine so that we have it when we need it. And now we can go ahead and put this cover back on, and we can give this thing a quick wipe down, and this project is done. So the next thing the thing that I need this for is I'm building a couple of 4-foot wide pieces of gate for my neighbor, and we're gonna have to make a lot of cuts. So I wanted to make sure that this thing was in tip-top shape and cutting straight, because the last few times I used it, cut super crooked on me, and I just had to basically abandon it and go back to the old chop saw. So I know this probably isn't the most interesting episode. Some people will find it useful. I know when I was having this problem, I was going around and looking to see what I could find out online about how people are messing with these things to get them to cut straight. So hopefully somebody finds this video useful. Alright, so the next time you see this thing in use, we're going to be cutting a bunch of metal to build a gate for my neighbor. Go ahead and smash that like button for me, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell if you want to get notified of future videos coming out from DJ's Hot Rod and Fab. Make sure you stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.